views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
This show's audio was via a Skype call.
Are you ready? The Kornelia Stephanie Show. Wake up to love, your call to action. Join Kornelia as she empowers others to live heaven on earth. Kornelia teaches listeners how to be the authority over yourself, embracing your inner guru. Feel yourself uplifted into limitless expansion, integrating ease and grace in a changing world. This show will cover topics such as unconditional love, your physical body, how to be in extraordinary relationships, create financial and emotional wealth, embracing entrepreneurship in the new earth.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Kornelia Stephanie Show. You're listening to Heaven on Earth. And I thought about how do I want to start the show out today? Like, what's the number one question that I can ask the audience today on what does living heaven on earth mean to you? And really, that's what the key is, because heaven on earth is a state of consciousness that's already here, that's here for all beings, that are for all the souls that are willing to experience that level of evolution. And it all matters based on what you perceive and what heaven on earth means to you. And so that's the question. So as we're on the show today, let that question live in the question and just let it unfold for you. And I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from the audience members on what heaven on earth means to you. So today I have invited back to the show Susan Glavin. And Susan Glavin's been with us in the past, and she is here to share with us today her practice on what she does to connect with her A-team, is what she calls it. And for those of you that don't know Susan, Susan is an influencer. She's a way shower. She is a published author. She's a speaker. And she leads women's circles in the Portland area. And so welcome back to the show, Susan Glavin.
Well, thank you, dear. It's wonderful to be here. I love to share my personal experiences, and that's really what I feel is the most dynamic or the most important, or where I can connect deeply with other people, is just truly through my personal experiences. So that's what I'm so excited to share, because I think it is so important for us to connect with these amazing light beings that are all around us, that are here to help and serve us. And all we need to do is ask, and connect. And I'd love to share with you some of the things that I have done to do that. And for me, it's kind of it's very normal for me to be in communication with my A-team. I communicate with them when I'm driving down the road. It's very clear, and I know them very well now, and I'm getting to know them even better, and having even deeper conversations and connections with them. And they're pretty amazing, and they are really here for us. They're here to serve us. Wow, they love us so much.
Right. So yeah. It's a constant communication. So it's being in continuous communication, just like being in continuous ceremony with how we live our lives now at this stage of the game. So let's kind of like start at the beginning, Susan. So like, how did you first connect to your team? So you're in constant communication now, but what is it that you do what is it that you did to get started? How did you get started?
That's a great question. And I didn't really know. I wasn't even sure if I believed, to be honest. I mean, I had an idea. Yes, there's angels, and I've heard that we have these guides that have been with us from the beginning, and some of them come and go. But I just really wasn't sure. I wasn't sure because I hadn't had that personal experience for myself. So what I did, and I invite everyone to do, depending on where they are with their connection with their A-team, is to just be really honest about it. And that's what I did. I was like, okay, I'm not really sure if I really believe that you're real. And that's what I said. I have an idea that you're real, and I really want you to be real, and I want your support and help, but I'm not really sure. I've never experienced that. So I guess I just need a sign that you are. And so that's how I started. And I think it's important just to be really honest. And for some people, they're a little afraid to connect. And that's okay too, because you're like, okay, I'm opening up something that I've never done before. It's new territory. It's a new experience for me. And sometimes that can be a little scary, a little challenging for you. So again, be honest about that. Like, sometimes when I started, I was like, okay, I'm a little scared about this. I'm not sure how to do this, but I need your help. I need your help, and I need a sign from you that you really are there for me. And then I asked for one, and I do that all the time now. I have some wonderful stories about the signs that I get from my team of people. So I think that would be the most important thing that I would share with people is however you come to them, however you want to do it, just be honest. Be really honest about what it's like for you and what you want to experience for them, and how, in earnest, you really want their love and support. You want to feel them in your life. You want to sense them in your life. You want to experience their wisdom in your life. I think that would be the most important if you're just starting out. And then, of course, if you know that you have guides, which many people do know that they have their personal guides, and it's like any relationship, right? You have to spend time in nurturing it. You spend time connecting and nurturing, just like, anybody in your life. You spend time with them to deepen the connection, to deepen, the intimacy. And it's no different than with our personal relationships in the physical than our relationships with our star families, the angels, the guides, the ascended masters.
Right. Well, that's one of the ways that Heaven on Earth was born, is in the non-physical. It's first we have to really even believe and perceive that it's even possible. Yeah. And to really be able to move yourself into that, because everything happens energetically first. It's all energetic, because the world as we see out there, that is the old part that we're releasing and letting go of the old world. And so how can we then develop a greater level of intimacy, but to go in and get quiet and listen to the guidance that is just there waiting for us, right? And like you said, the key, I think one of the keys is the value, is nurturing the relationship and making time for it. That's one of the things that makes you so authentic, because you walk that talk. So this is part of your signature, and it's part of your relationship. It's how you relate. And so it's how you live your life. So it's not that you just do it every now and then. It's how you live your life, and it walks with you, which makes you very authentic and very unique in that you are walking your talk with what it is that you're saying and what it is that you're living. And then that way you can inspire us and other people to listen to the higher consciousness that's coming through, because you've developed a channel with it where you're allowing that information to come in, and then get insights and tips into how to build your new world, right?
Absolutely. I call it my golden hour in the morning. And sometimes that changes a little bit, but I really enjoy it. I really enjoy connecting with my team. And sometimes I was just thinking about this before the call. Sometimes, this happened a few years ago, it seemed like they were gone. I remember that. I was like, where's my team? I mean, seriously, it was like they were not there. And one of the messages that I got from them, which was so powerful for me at the time, was self-reliant. And I was like, and I got a little pissed off about it, to be honest with you, because I was like, what do you mean? You're not here for me anymore? I'm on my own here, and I needed to have that experience too of, listen, you have this, and we'll get to that place, I think, depending on where you are in your journey. There might be that time, well, yes, you need this support right now, and we're going to really fill you up so that you not only trust us, but start trusting yourself, which that's what it's really about, right? To really be our own guru, our own teacher, to go within and get that information. But I really had a profound experience about, not only was I self-reliant, I could stand on my own, but at the same time, they were on the path with me and I could feel them. And it was such a beautiful experience for me. And I think, I really believe this today, that, all the time that you've spent, other people have spent getting connected with our star families, the ascended masters, our angels, our guides, the nature divas, all those beautiful beings of light and love, that it's making it easier for other people to connect. So it may not take, because I've been doing this for years and years and years now. I think because we have, and the energies are supporting it so much. They're like, hello, we want to play with you. Let us help you. That it's easier for us now for people to connect and have that beautiful relationship and to talk about it. I'm like, I talk about it to people all the time. Like it's no big deal.
Which is exactly why I wanted to have you on the show, because I love how you share your joy of how you connect with your guides. And I thought this would be the perfect topic today, especially right now, as many people are just feeling lost. And so we want to enlighten you with being able to, you're not lost and you're not alone, and that you definitely have the support and the guidance that's there for you, but you do have to be willing to ask. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Thank you so much for listening.
This is Debbie Pokornik with a break-free parenting tip. If you haven't been practicing active listening or are getting into some bad habits, it's a good idea to go back to the basics and remind yourself how to be a good listener. Here's an idea that might help. When your child comes to you with a story about her day, set aside whatever you're doing and give her your full attention. If you're in the middle of something that can't be put aside, tell her that you really want to be able to give her story your full attention and ask if you could continue the conversation at a specific time. So for example, this sounds like an important story and I'd really like to give it my full attention. Can we talk about it in 10 minutes when supper's in the oven? Active listening might sound like common sense, but often it's these simple skills that get buried in our parenting pack and easily forgotten or overlooked. Challenge yourself to practice this skill for a full week and see if you notice a difference in how much your child is sharing.
For information and to work with Debbie, visit empoweringnrg.com.
Charlene Hess is a red-headed powerhouse of energy, love, and light. As a hairstylist, personal trainer, and life coach, she empowers people to develop a deeper connection with themselves mentally, emotionally, and physically. Join Charlene the third Friday of each month on the Kornelia Stephanie Show. Get ready to experience your highest self, find your purpose, and discover your calling. You too can become unstoppable, shining your light and sharing your gift. Visit Charlene at charlenehess.com.
How would you like increased health and vitality? How would you like to avoid the onset of disease as well as slow the aging process? This is all possible through a simple, safe, and natural process. Every day we are either moving toward wellness or away from wellness.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. I'd like to be your partner in achieving optimal health Contact me now at maryjanemack.com or call 425-392-0659. Visit maryjanemack.com.
Tune in to the hit show Raging Skillet Radio, Mouthing Off with Chef Rossi. Chef Rossi mouths off about different subjects in pursuit of breaking down walls and opening up your minds. She and Dr. Pat banter back and forth, taking from the headlines of the day on subjects that reach beyond what goes on in the world into your hearts. And go to theragingskillet.com to find out more and let Chef Rossi know what's on your mind.
Defining success and putting minds to work. With the Higher Learners Career and Leadership Series, Rudy Racine will help you craft your personal definition of success, offering support and guidance as you move forward towards your goals. Take the leap. With the right mix of focus and motivation, anything can be achieved. Tune in every first and third Monday at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 Eastern, and for more information on Rudy Racine and Higher Learners, visit Rudy's site at higherlearners.com. That's HIRE learners.com.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm talking with Susan Glavin, and we're talking about connecting with our A-team today and letting you know that everybody's got a team and that we're not alone and that it's easy for us to connect. All we have to do is just ask and be willing to receive the guidance that's coming through. So, Susan, share with us some practical tips on what we can do right now to begin connecting.
Okay. One of the ways that I started was through angel cards, and I'm not certain if you're, if all the viewers are familiar with angel cards, but you can get them almost at any metaphysical store or online. Just Google angel cards. One of my favorites right now, I'm going to share with you, is so awesome. It's called the Good Tarot. And it's very powerful. They're really great and they're very direct. And, I like clear, direct answers, but I don't like to be afraid or get cards that are like there's a little fear in there somewhere. I mean, I think some guidance and good wisdom on things to do, but I kind of steer away from ones that are more fear-based, like if you don't do this or you're going to get, and I'm like, that just doesn't feel right for me. You can start there. You can also start by just saying, okay, before you walk out of your door, you say, okay, I would love to have a sign from you today. Like, could you give me, like the angel numbers 333 or 777, 111? Just ask for a clear sign, which I have done several times. I'll share a quick story with you. It's so great because a dear friend of mine sent me this awesome book on Amazon about how to have your most extraordinary 2018. And I remember I was reading it. I was having dinner one night and I was like, these are really some really good questions and stuff. And then I had the thought, because I do Kundalini yoga every day. And I had the thought, I think the Kundalini yogas are going to really help out with this. So I go into my practice the next day and the gal who always practices with me says, guess what? And I said, what? And she says, Guru Jagat, who is the one that is the guru that teaches, is having an Aquarian Business Academy. And I went, really? I thought, and I had just had the thought about business and the yoga was going to help. So on the way home, I'm like, okay, everybody listen up. And that's how I do it sometimes. I'm in my car. I'm like, okay, listen up. I really want to go to this business academy. And while we're at it, there's a couple other things too. And I said them out loud. And I said them out loud in my car. And as soon as I finished, the train went by and led this big boom, right? And I was like, okay. So on the way to work, I said, okay, if it is in my highest and greatest good to go to this business academy, I want to see and or hear the word Venice today. And that's not like a common. I make it hard on them sometimes. I'm like, okay, if this is, and I always say, if it's in my highest and greatest good, because for me, if it's in my highest and greatest good, it's always in everybody else's highest and greatest good. And that's something that's really, really important for me. So I get to work and my sister comes in and I'm cutting her hair and I'm telling her about the Kundalini and the academy in Venice Beach, blah, blah, blah. And so we start talking about her exchange student from Japan, and her kids and their vacations, blah, blah, blah. And she's getting ready to leave. And she turns around before she walks out the door and she says, "Did you say Venice Beach?" And I said, "Yes, I did." And so I go back in the back room and I look at my phone and there's a text from Gretchen, who does the Kundalini with me. And she says, "Check this out." She goes, "I was having lunch with my sister and look what walks in the door." And she sends me a picture of a man with a baseball hat on. What do you think it had on that baseball hat?
Venice.
Yeah. So again, really clearly ask, clear signs. And of course I went and it was magnificent and it's been great. But so really clearly ask, and you can say, if this is in my highest and greatest good, I'd like to see, I've done things like balloons. I want to see 3 rainbows today. I mean, really clear and specific. This is what I want to see. And then what the most important thing is just trust. And if it doesn't come around right away, don't give up, because I want you to know they are here. And maybe you just got a little resistance. You're a little afraid, or you're not hearing everything clearly, but keep going. I'm just saying they love us so much and they want to help and support us so much, especially now. So I want you to know you are never, never, ever alone, even when you feel like it. And I just say, sometimes I've been on my knees and said, I need your help. And sometimes it's been in a place of total humor and laughter where we joke around with each other. So however you want to show up with your angels and guides is perfect. There's no particular way, like this very reverent, and that can be too. I've been very reverent when I've connected, but however you are is perfectly okay. However you want to connect or voice that connection or start that communication. So know that there's no perfect way to do it. It's whatever's best for you.
Right, and really discovering what that way is.
Yes.
But again, it has to start somewhere, and it starts with you being curious and being interested in it. It's funny when you were talking about being in the car and talking out loud. I do that a lot too. This is one of my things too. And I started that when I was a little kid. I was in 2nd grade. And as a little kid, I had a lot of responsibility. I was taking care of the household. I was taking care of my mother. I was taking care of my brother, and I had to go to school. So there was a lot of responsibility on me as a kid. And I grew up in Germany, and in Germany we grew up with very strict. With a very strict household that everything had to be spotless clean. I mean, if you've ever been to Germany, you're going to see that's a way that everybody lives over there. I mean, we used to iron our towels and our sheets, and I iron our socks, iron our towels, iron our sheets. And so I would come home from school. And so that was that one part. And now I'm coming home from school, and now I have to clean up the entire house and make sure that everything is spick and span before my mother gets home. So being in 2nd grade, I naturally came home and I just started calling in my team. And I called in my team of angels, and I called them into the kitchen, and they all had names. And I called them in and I said, you're going to do this part. You're going to do this part. This is how we do this part. This is how we do this part. And this team of angels was, with me from long ago, and they all had names to assist us, right? And even at that point in time, I didn't really even know what I was doing, but it was such a natural and organic way for me to talk to my invisible friends, my invisible helpers that have been there all along. And so I love that story. I love the talking out loud.
Yes.
And yeah, love the connection. And when you were talking about the Venice, when I was thinking about moving to Santa Fe once, I was asking for signs. Is Santa Fe the right place for me? And so I'm talking and I'm driving on the freeway, and what do I see? A train. And a train, what does it say? Santa Fe.
Hey.
Right? So these kinds of magical ways that the universe is consistently communicating back with us, right? Through nature. I mean, how many countless?
All the time. And it's not the universe that's out of the flow. It's us that are out of the flow. And so I would just, I love it because when I really devote my time and energy daily, and I would recommend everyone, please just do, if it's 5 minutes a day, whatever, if it's a prayer, if it's a chant, which I love mantras. I love because the vibration, it's really the vibration of a mantra that I like because I can feel it in my body and my vibration. I start to radiate it a little higher. Whatever that might be, whether it be a guided meditation online, but to do it every day, at least 5 days. Take at least, if you can, 5 days, if it's 10 minutes. Do that here's the key. It's to do it consistently, because if you do it consistently, you are going to see profound changes. I mean, profound changes. I mean, 10 minutes. Myself, I like 30 to 40 minutes of my prayer time, my chanting, mantra. I journal. I do gratitude. I do, like I said, it's my golden hour. Now, I don't get them all in all the time, but I always do something every day to just connect. And one thing that I love to do is I say, one of my prayers is to be totally embrace my high holy self, that my live, that I walk in that and I know it's already there. I just have to, say, yes, it is. It's here. It's with me always, and sometimes we think it's outside of ourselves, and believe me, I do it. So, but I would just say, to be consistent with your practice. If you're consistent with your practice, you will have profound shifts in your life, and you will see the wonderment and magic in the world, and you will start to experience what I call hyposynchronicities, which it's like you're in awe of your life. And it's not that it stays that way all the time, because we need those challenges to keep to know that, yes, we can meet with any challenge with grace. We can meet with any challenge with power. We can meet with any challenge without resistance. Absolutely. Right? And to absolutely move with that and get the gifts of those challenges. But I'll tell you, when you're in the hyposynchronicity, it's super fun. It is so fun because it's so magical. You're like, my life is incredible. And when you're in that vibration, of course, we all know that radiance and that vibration brings to us more of that vibration of that beauty, that wonderment, that harmony, that prosperity and abundance in our life, those deep relationships, all those things that we desire. It's so funny. So before I got on the call, I did a 32-minute chant, which I was drawn to. I heard it. And it's been a long time since I've done this chant. It was so funny. So I go to my iTunes, and what do you think was the first chant up when I opened it up? There it was. And it's called Haranam Satanam Haranamade, and it's 32 minutes. So I go and I sit down and I'm doing it and I'm feeling pretty good. And then I thought, I don't remember what that meant. I need to look that up when I'm done. So I pull my angel cards and I pull this one. What do I desire? So I immediately closed my eyes and said, this is what, and I started to speak out loud. This, and just in a beautiful, and this, and it's all beautiful, wonderful things that I desire for myself and for humanity. So then I get done and I go, I got to check that out. And so what this chant means, I just have to read this too. It says, the first part of this mantra aligns the powerful creative flow of life. Okay, that's the Haranam. With your personal identity, destiny, and desire. Well, all right. Okay. So like I said, it was all in alignment. The second line aligns your intuitions and your intention. So the unseen hand of spirit supports the fulfillment of your desires. Now, I didn't know any of that until, I already pulled the card. I'd already stated my desires. Then I came and I looked to see what in there. It's like, well, yay. And that is what's available to us all the time.
Right. And it's because you're seeing it also, because you're seeing it, you're looking for it, you're asking, and it's all right there. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
To find answers to life's questions, you need to look within yourself. Dr. Glenna Rice brings your questionable conversations on Transformation Talk Radio each month. Tune in each month for insight into how you can live up to your full potential. Dr. Glenna is a physical therapist, certified Access Consciousness, and Access Body Class facilitator. How does it get any better than this? For more information on Dr. Glenna Rice and her work, visit glennarice.com.
Love Living Radio Ignite Your Whole Being with Emily Perkins is a show for those looking to explore the sparkling magnificence of their inner selves. Tune in every second and fourth Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific as Emily sheds a radiant light of love on the beauty and power that resides within you. Discussing love in all its forms through conversations that provoke awareness, curiosity, and expansion, Emily shares the unlimited power of love. For more information or to listen to this show, visit lovelivingHolistics.com.
The Janice Underwood Show, helping you create the life you want, not the life you tolerate. Tune in each Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio as Janice delves into the life creator system and the next step in your spiritual evolution. Janice Underwood is gifted at helping spiritually minded people shift their mindsets to unleash the creator within. Our souls wish to wake us up. Those of us listening hear the call. Do you? For more information, visit JaniceUnderwood.com.
Introducing New Soul Science, an introductory course with Ruby Betty, offering profound wisdom alongside radically simple concepts and techniques that collapse time, allowing instantaneous personal transformation. The foundational techniques of this introductory course reveal the profound inner ability each human has to access and fulfill their individual soul script or soul promise. Awakening this ability leads to the mastery of one's destiny. The concepts are totally original, immensely powerful, and completely revolutionary. They ignite an infinite fire within each listener, fueling one's ability to live out their unique soul promise. Are you ready to become more aware and access amazing personal transformation? This course is available now at rubybetty.co.
Calling all moms, it's time to awaken your vibrant, intuitive, loving self in every area of your life. Join host Debbie Pokornik as she shares thoughts, stories, and tools to help you stand in your power. Listen to Vibrant, Powerful Moms helping everyday women create extraordinary lives. Mondays at 2:30 Pacific, 5:30 Eastern. For more information about Debbie, visit empoweringenergy.com. That's empowering with letters NRG.com.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. You're listening to the Kornelia Stephanie Show, and we're talking today about connecting with our guides, connecting with the Ascended Masters, connecting with our A-Team and our angels. And just when Susan and I were on break, we were talking about how important it is to have discipline. That's really another practical step right now that I think is really important for us to embody and make a commitment to, is to be disciplined with what you said earlier, Susan, that if people do it every single day and build a consistency, they're going to generate a momentum, and that momentum is what builds your confidence, and it strengthens the connection. It waters the flowers. It does all of these things. And like the way that I'm feeling right now too is like, everything is already here. It's all here for us. It's all here. We don't have to effort after anything or make anything happen because it's already here. It's just having the discipline to be with each experience as it unfolds and, be devoted to that, right?
Oh, absolutely. I would say probably the most important, and I think today, and I know a lot of you listening feel this way, it's like there's a lot going on. Yeah. We are bombarded with so much, and our nervous systems are ramped up. I mean, you see it all over. People are just, hurry. They're not even in their bodies. They're just in this automatic, get it done. Yeah. And that's why it's so important that we take that time to get in alignment, to let the nervous system unwind a little bit. Let yourself settle into the body, get in alignment. This field, our auric field, is what you are responsible for. And I guarantee you, if you get that in alignment and you're really contained in that and clear, you will be able to move through life with so much grace and so much ease. Even when the people that are really having a hard time around you, you'll be able to stand in your sovereignty and your peace and be okay with what's happening around you. And that's going to be really important for us today and in the coming, years to come, that we really stay really calm and focused in that. And I'm not saying this is going to be all the time, because just a couple days ago, I was like, really? But, I knew what was happening. I was really angry, and then I was sad later, but I just allowed myself to be with each piece. And then I discovered something. I was guided to listen to something. And I go, oh my gosh, so that's what had happened, because there was a lot of the subconscious was leaving, I guess, on the 8th, 9th, and 10th day of the moon. I didn't know this, but that's when the subconscious starts coming and people can be really activated. And I was activated consciously. There's a difference between being, being triggered and just in reaction in life. Instead of responding. And what I did was just, I allowed myself to feel that way. I think I even expressed that to someone that I love very much about what I was feeling. And we had this amazing conversation. So, and I know who to go to when I'm, a little activated, but again, I'm very responsible, and I know something's happening. I always know it's good. Even when it doesn't feel good, I know that something's happening where I'm elevating my vibration. I'm up leveling to a new place. So I'm not saying that it's all smooth and easy all the time. There are times when it's going to be a little uncomfortable. We're going to be challenged. But the more we do our daily practice, the more we're going to be able to show up in those circumstances in our life and be victorious. Yeah, it's
absolutely. Yeah. Like one of the things that happened last week, I was preparing for the show last Friday, and I just prior to the show, like a couple hours before the show, I got activated, and I was like, oh my God, I just wanted to go off into a completely other direction, because my fire was I was really angry, and I was angry because of there was another school shooting, and I just couldn't understand that. Really, is this really still what's happening here with as awake as we are, as empowered as we are, the tools that we have? There is no need for that to continue on happening, no more lives to be lost. So that was a time where I had to really do some deep breathing and release, again, some of my own anger that something should be different than what it is, because that's the thing, is that whatever is occurring, it's all occurring to release the old energy, the old suppression, the old karmic stories that we've been living for the last 26,000 years. And here we are now, we're opening up a new cycle, we're opening up a new era, a new paradigm. I mean, we're living heaven on earth. That has never been done before. That's never been done before. We're this conscious, this awake. And so, of course, we're going to do it with our A-team, with our angels, with our guides, with our love and our nurturing, with our daily practice, with our discipline, how else are we going to extend unconditional love to others if we don't know how to give it to ourselves?
Right. Absolutely. And I'd like to leave the listeners with another thing too, because I've been doing a lot of connecting with the Ascended Masters. And one thing, and I think I said this before, it's they want us to take them off the altars. Okay. That was never the intent. They are our partners, our allies, our friends, our mentors, and they're really here for us. We can do all that they did and more. You've heard that. Okay. And they know that about us. So I just would really invite you. And I also want you to know that what I find is so awesome is a lot of the times they're not going to give you an answer. Okay, which is even more powerful, I think, because they know that we have the answers. Okay, and it was so wonderful. I remember I wasn't sure about this man I was dating. I was like, I don't know. What do I do? And so I went into meditation. I called him Mary Magdalene. I thought, well, Mary, you and Jesus had it going on. So I'm thinking, you're the perfect person to ask. So I went in, I said, Mary Magdalene, I go, is this relationship in my highest and greatest good? And what she said to me was so beautiful. She said, imagine your life without him. And I went. And so I went in and I went, wow. And that was kind of easy to do. And then she said to me, imagine your life with him. And I went, ooh, not so much. But it was so beautiful. She didn't say, oh, yes, leave him. Oh, yes, you need to stay. It was like directed back to me with these very, very powerful questions, which I love. I mean, they're just so amazing. And I love just owning that for myself and looking for myself like, wow. So I would just say, not that you won't get answers, I don't know, but expect a question, which is really so much more powerful because then it brings it back to you.
It's the ultimate life coach. It's the ultimate, right? Because that's what life coaching is about. It's not about telling somebody what to do. And that's it's not in harmony with the universal law of free will.
Yes.
It is, free will is that we always have free will to choose. And we would never, ever, our guides would never, ever infringe upon us and tell us what to do because we're here to grow our soul. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to become embodied and to fully own our power, own our authority. And the Ascended Masters are here to show us that we are in the image and the likeness of who they are and that we can do what they did even greater. And that's the piece is taking on that level of responsibility requires dedication, commitment, discipline, focus, and understanding that we have the capability to do amazing things. And that's for each and every person to discover for themselves. And like you said, sitting down, having the daily connection, having the daily commitment to build a positive momentum, to connect with your team, to connect with your guides, to connect with your angels. And so, together we can do so much, right? So, let us take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with Susan Glavin.
Charlene Hess is a red-headed powerhouse of energy, love, and light. As a hairstylist, personal trainer, and life coach, she empowers people to develop a deeper connection with themselves mentally, emotionally, and physically. Join Charlene the third Friday of each month on the Kornelia Stephanie Show. Get ready to experience your highest self, find your purpose, and discover your calling. You too can become unstoppable, shining your light and sharing your gift. Visit Charlene at charlenehess.com.
Introducing the Lucid Planet, a digital gathering place featuring cutting-edge, high-vibrational content that will empower and inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. Visit the Lucid Planet today to stimulate your mind, body, and soul as you connect with a global community of like-minded people. The Lucid Planet is edited by renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly Neff, who is here to help you cope with anxiety, connect to your higher purpose, uncover your true passions, and live your dreams. Dr. Kelly's fresh, compassionate perspective emphasizes growth, transformation, healing, and thriving. Even in the face of adversity, say goodbye to bad news and low vibrational media for good and become part of the larger collective of people working together to navigate the global shift of consciousness and transform the world from within. Join the planet, the Lucid Planet. Visit thelucidplanet.com. Welcome home.
Practice living in wholeness with the body tune-up. 6 classes for $89 designed for radical self-healing and self-regeneration. Heal the deepest root of any challenge. The mental body was programmed in negativity, not good enough, separate from source. You're too much, you'll never make it. The emotional body holds all the pain and trauma of emotional suppression, all the pain from this life and life's past. The spiritual body is the place you connect with your higher power, your higher self, with the image and likeness of the One. The physical body houses and expresses the other 3 bodies every day. Go to KorneliaStephanie.com. Evolve, become a practitioner. We need to heal, integrate, and bring into wholeness and harmony the physical body, addressing all the other bodies in order to live in our true, authentic nature.
Ignite your inner magic on Grow Your Soul Radio with Jane Matanga. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as host Jane Matanga explores how to overcome your fears to help you gain the inspiration you need to awaken your path to joy. Learn the way to life mastery and the enlightened path with Grow Your Soul Radio. For more information on Jane Matanga and her work, visit enlightened-path.com.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. You're listening to the Kornelia Stephanie Show, and I'm talking with Susan Glavin. And during the break, again, we had a fabulous story that Susan was sharing about her connection with the Arcturians. And why don't you share that story with us, Susan?
Okay, great. This is about, gosh, it's been maybe 4 years ago now. And I was meditating at that time twice a day, regularly. And I had some really profound meditations at night. And I was meditating at night. And a lot of times when these beings come, I see their names. They come before me. And I saw Arcturian. And I didn't even know what that was. I'm like, what in the world is that? And I had to go to my roommate and we had to Google it. And we found out that there are these amazing light beings that are here to support the planet. And I'm like, okay, all right, we're good then. And so I actually gave them permission to, okay, what is it you got for me, right? So I was for the next couple of days, I was in this amazing, blissful state, having conversations with them that was amazing. I would start to think of what I wanted to ask, and they would answer me before I could even get the thought out. That's how, ooh. And I was really like blissed out, like, oh, and I thought, you can't be walking around like this. You have to be, get some stuff done. And you can't be in this, blissful state all the time. So I said, guys, I need to get grounded. I need to, and they said, sit on the bed. So I'm sitting on my bed and I'm kind of a little scared at first. And then all of a sudden I'm my mind wanders off a little bit. And all of a sudden I see this huge circle. It was like a circle with a cross in the middle, and it looked like a clock gear. And as I saw it and looked at it, it clicked to the left and clicked in. And I went, okay. And I got out of my bed, and it was like my feet were magnets to the ground. It was like, whoa, okay, I'm grounded. Thank you. Well, the next day, my 4-year-old grandson came to visit, and I was in my office on my computer, and I had this big easel, with felt pens and stuff, and he was sitting there and he was doing something, and I was on the computer doing some stuff, and I looked over and I went, oh my God. And he had drawn, and he was 4, he couldn't even draw a straight line. Okay. He drew the circle with the cross in it. And I remember going, I was so moved. I just started to cry. And so I just knew how profound and how deeply loved and how they wanted me to know.
Yes.
Right here, it was like we really are here with you. We really do want to love and support you. We're here for you. It was just amazing. I've got a million stories to tell, and that's one of my favorites. It was really because he was 4. It was just so moving for me that we had that. He was so connected to me. He knew. It was like, yeah.
And you and him, you guys spend a lot of time together.
Yes, we do.
Out every week, right?
Yeah. I have 3 amazing grandchildren, and we've been around together, him and I. Definitely, we have some pretty amazing stories to tell about our connection. Yeah,
that's
great. Yeah.
I love how they used him to let you know that they were with you.
Yes.
There, and he drew that circle.
Yes. Profound. So amazing. So moving. I was so moved. It was it's great.
Susan, you have an upcoming mastery course that you and your partner, Samantha Brown, are facilitating here. I think it's on June 2nd. Is that right?
June 2nd and 3rd here in Vancouver at this amazing home. It's kind of like they took Tuscany and transported it to downtown Vancouver. It's a beautiful sanctuary and environment where we're all going to come together and really start to play with and start remembering and really experiencing. Because to me, it's linear information is linear information. Experiential will stay with you. That's when you have a cellular experience. And that's what the intent is for us to actually, and we do it along with everybody else. Believe me, this isn't about talking heads in front of a room. This is about us gathering and really using the energies and the momentum of all the beings that are present and seen and unseen to really up level and make an impact, not only in our individual lives, of mastery, because that's what it's about. It's time to claim it. It's time to own it. It's time to be responsible for it. And it's time to see the magic of that and to really up level in a way that, and I know already that gathering is going to ripple out into the world. If you want to see the suffering stop in the world, start doing things like this, because I tell you, once we shift, the world shifts. So it's truly about really owning, designing, creating, and being the masters that we are. And I have very simple things that you can do daily, some of which I've shared today. And Samantha's an amazing energy worker and healer. And so we're all going to do it together, which is so cool.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun. So it's for 2 days. So where can people find out more about it? Go to your website.
There's also a link. There's a link that you have under, and that should be good. You can also email me at Susan@SusanGlavin, and I can send you all the information. It's going to be powerful. And for everyone that's listening today, I also set it up on the website where you register that you get a $50 discount off the price. So
okay.
I'll bring you guys.
You also have it on your Facebook? Yes,
it's on my Facebook page. Yes. So all that, I think you've got that all dialed in, honey. I know you're so good at that.
You have to tell people how to get there, because when people are driving in their car and they're listening to a podcast.
Okay. Yes. Susan Glavin on my Facebook. I guess that's it. And I also know there's a link underneath the Transformational Talk Radio.
Yes, very good.
That too. So yeah, that's all there. I guess I wasn't very prepared for this, was I? No, but if you're called, I know you'll get to us. I know you will. So
good. That's going to be a fun time. So that's June 2nd, June 3rd. They can go to SusanGlavin.com and they can go to Susan Glavin Facebook and they can find out information there.
Absolutely.
$50 discount for anybody that wants to sign up that's listening to this audience here today.
Yes, absolutely. I'd love to have you.
So thank you so much, Susan. We have just a few short minutes. Give us your final words about connecting with the A-Team and what you want to leave our listeners with. So today.
What do I want to leave you with? I guess it would be how profound you are and the fact that you're here on the planet right now, I just really, really, really want you to know that you are a master here. And whether you know that right now or not, I'm telling you that you are. If you made it on planet Earth at this time, you are a master. You're here for a reason. And it may be something that people would think is a little reason, but whatever that is that you're here to do is so important for the whole picture. We need your peace. I don't care how big or small it is, but we need it. And we need it now. And we're here to support you in delivering that, especially with talk shows like this.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's really time for us to be bold and to be courageous and to come out and support each other, because again, that unique gift that you have that only you can bring, it is the piece that's missing. And so if everybody just brings their unique piece, it's weaving the tapestry and weaving it all together. And it's, again, us doing it together as a team of light workers, light beings that we are, and living heaven on earth. Thank you so much for tuning in and for listening. We'll see you again soon. Namaste.
You've been listening to the Kornelia Stephanie Show, Wake Up to Love, your call to action. Tune in each week on Transformation Talk Radio. Kornelia's joy is to engage others in practical ways, showing us how to live in the new earth in harmony with our true nature. For more information on Kornelia and her extraordinary work, or to listen to past shows, go to her website at KorneliaStephanie.com.